we are going to be creating a listing. So we're going to go through what sells, what Etsy wants, a little bit of SEO. I'm going to show you again how you sync it from Printify to Etsy. And this is the guide that I created, 113 pages. I give you detailed directions on where to click and how to do everything with visuals and also with words. So if you don't feel like reading, you can just take a look at the graphics on here and how to do things. So we're going to go through all of this today. Alt text. We're going to go through the digital product upload process. It is a longer lesson, about 2 hours. And if you've missed lesson 1 through 7, don't worry, I start all over again. So when I'm done this, tomorrow will be lesson number 1. And if you have missed lessons and, the schedule doesn't meet up with yours, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have uploaded to YT the first 6 lessons to watch at your leisure. And I have number 7 ready to go. I just have to get it into YT. So there are many options for you to learn this without any gatekeeping. And you can always watch them on YT and then come back into a lesson if you have any questions. And same with the guide. You can refer to the guide at your leisure. And that's where it's up there in my link tree. Very inexpensive. It's $24.99 Canadian. And it works out, I think, about 18 US. So you can check that out. And that's for yours for the keeping. So let's get on to creating a listing. And welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. And let's get on with getting that listing done. So remember, I will cover digital products in this one too, how you upload that to Etsy. Hi, 411 for real. Hi, Shy Girl. Hi, Shy. Welcome in. So we're just gearing up to create our listing. So search engine optimization is the process of improving your content so that it shows up in the search engines. We want to have descriptions and titles with words that people are actually searching for. I'm just going to do a little briefing on search engine optimization. I don't want to bore you too much about it. But think of Etsy is a search engine. And your keywords are very important because when someone searches, a searcher are like a bunch of little spiders, right? And it happens so quickly. Those spiders go all over the web and look for relevant words that the people are typing in. So as we type something in, the spiders are already working to see if your listing has those keywords so that they can put that listing in front of people. And that's what we want. So we want to include words in our title and our description so that our listings are found. They don't get lost in the millions of listings that are out there. So SEO is important, search engine optimization. You have to have keywords to make it relevant. So in that nanosecond, when someone does a search, it's going to read your whole listing and see if it's relevant. If someone's looking for a nurse's t-shirt and you don't have nurse's t-shirt in your listing anywhere because you're selling keychains, it's not going to recommend and put that in front of a customer. So it's very, very important that we optimize our listing. And we are going to do that with our title description and our keywords, our tags. Okay, so we ended off last night. We ended up doing our mock-ups. We got them looking all pretty. We're ready to go with that. And one thing we're going to check before we get going, we're going to just make sure that our product is synced. And to sync your product, you're going to come into My Products on Printify. You'll find your product. And last night we published it. It's hidden, so we know it's there. But what you want to do is come into your listing, just to make sure it's over there. If you get over to your drafts and it's not there, you're just going to scroll down. And I'm just going to change one little thing so we can update it. We filled this all in. We're ready to go. So we are going to make sure it's hidden in stores, so it goes to drafts. And I'm just going to update colors, prices, and SKUs. Then you would hit publish, and we went through this already in Printify. We just want to make sure it's over there. You're going to hit publish because we need our listing to go over to Etsy. And we're just going to make sure it's over there. So make sure to publish your listing. If it doesn't show up in drafts, This is where you come for it. So it's just publishing. And we'll just wait for that to go through. It shouldn't take too long because I just updated the prices. And there we go, hidden. So over to Etsy we go. So you're going to come into your shop. I'm just waiting on it. Shop manager. And so that you're in your shop manager, we are going to go to listings. Now, when you publish it from Printify for your print on demand, it's going to live over here in your drafts. So shop manager, listing, and we're going to go into our drafts. That's where it gets saved when you publish it from Printify. And here is our t-shirt right here. Groovy Nurses. So everything came over from Printify. And remember I said that, you know, this is kind of not optimized. No one's searching in our research that we did for Groovy Nurses Unisex Tee. So we're going to now optimize these listings. We're going to get our photos up. We're going to do our description because this all came from Printify and it is not SEO rich. There's very few keywords that people are searching for. Like Nurses Week is good, but the rest is all fluff. You know, it's AI fluff that Printify put in. But we publish it with that because we want these product features so we don't have to keep typing out the features of each item on Printify. So it's all published over, brought over. So we need to make sure that this is all optimized. I can't express that enough. That's how your listings are going to get found. So we're going to start with the title here, okay? This is the first thing that Etsy's algorithm reads is your title. So if we go and take a look, and we did our keyword research before we even designed our product. So we know what was being searched for. And it's not Groovy Nurses Unisex Tee. So we want to modify this with a little bit more keyword rich. We want to do nurses t-shirt because that's what people are searching for. And if you recall, we use several research tools, several of them. And Etsy is a search engine in itself. So we can tell how many searches were done, but we took it further and went to eRank and Everbee. We checked out trends on all those research tools. So when I type in nurse t-shirt, we can see how many searches are done. And that's why we went with that t-shirt. We did our research. So we can see here, and we can pull these as keywords. So let's see if we go nurses t-shirts, we've got 700 searches a month. So we want to put keywords in the front of our title and make it really, really what the people are searching for. So nurses t-shirt. Let me go back here. So we're going to take this, and you know what? We're just going to copy it. And we're going to go into our little assistant, ChatGPT. And we are going to ask ChatGPT to assist us here to have a starting point. Can you provide me with a title, description, and yes, you can set up a assistant so that you don't have to type this each time. I haven't done that. I don't have the paid version, and you do have to have the paid version to set up your little assistant for just doing titles, descriptions, and tag words. Hi, Shame Spiral. Welcome in, and welcome in anybody else who snuck in the door there. Sorry, I'm getting into the groove here. Can you provide me with a title, description, alt text, and 13 keywords for my nurses are groovy. Oh, I forgot to upload the picture. Okay. What I do is I upload the picture of our shirt first, okay? Let me grab this one, and I'm going to open that. Oh, that's the wrong one. Stand by, guys. Upload your picture of your shirt or whatever, your mug, your dog bandana, whatever, whichever product you are working on. Let me go in here. I'm just going to grab a mock-up. That's the wrong one. Nurses are groovy. Here we go. So I'm just going to open the picture first. Can you provide me with the title, description, alt text, and 13 keywords for Nurses Are Groovy t-shirt? Omit the color. Omit the color. Make it keyword rich. You are an SEO expert and you have done the research on the keywords of high search volume. Now remember, we did write some of these words down so that we can add. We know what's going to be searched for because we did our research before we started designing. I like to say keep the tone modern and upbeat. So I'm going to get ChatGPT to describe this shirt, and it's going to be a starting point. And again, ChatGPT starts with Nurses Are Groovy. I don't want that. So we're going to tweak that, but it gives us other keywords. Retro floral nurse appreciation tee, fun 70s style, again, keywords. Nursing gift, keyword, for healthcare workers. So wonderful starting point. Good day. Do you do paid setups? I'm not going to announce that quite yet. Not quite yet, but something is upcoming, so it'll be wonderful. Oh, 100%. And I have a wonderful, we always spy on the competition. One, for inspiration. Two, to see what they're doing. Excuse me. And we use the tool Rank Hero to analyze everyone's shops. We did that previously. I will for sure. I will keep you posted on that. So what we're going to do, I ask for all 3-in-1s and alt text and keywords so that it's ready there. So we're going to start with our title. We're going to copy that and we're going to go back to our listing. We're going to get rid of this. I'm going to see what else I can put in. Nurse Day gift, casual wear, fun t-shirt. No. So we're going to take ChatGPT's and we're going to tweak this because we want, no one's searching Nurses Are Groovy. They don't know what they want. They know that it's a retro. They like the retro. They're searching for retro. So we can do better. We want to start off with nurse t-shirt because we know that's what's being searched for. Retro floral nurse appreciation. Gift for healthcare workers. Etsy. Oh, here we go with my throat. Etsy loves gifts. They are known as a gifting site. So throwing in a gift is perfect too. So we have nurse t-shirt, retro floral, nurse appreciation tee, nursing gift, healthcare workers. We still have plenty more characters. I'm going to take away fun because fun is just a fluff word, right? Nobody's going to type in fun 70s. They might put 70s style in, but they're not typing the word fun. You want to omit adjectives and descriptor words because nobody searches by descriptor words. We're going to put RN, LPN, CNA, because those, someone might be searching for an RN, LPN, CNA. 70 style nursing gift for healthcare workers. We're going to add Nurse Appreciation Week. Appreciation, I missed an I. Appreciation Week. And we only have 8 characters left, so we can add something. We can take a look. Nurse t-shirt, retro floral, nurse appreciation tee. I'm going to actually take out nurse appreciation here because we have nurse appreciation. I'm going to add week here so we can put in a couple more keywords. Nurse appreciation week, gift for healthcare workers. Is it your internet connection or is it mine? It's not stable. I have full bars and nothing here. Sometimes if you just go out and come back in, that gives it the little boost it needs with TT. So we have nurses t-shirt, retro floral, nurse appreciation week, gift for healthcare workers, And then, you know, you get stuck. You just come over here. I'm going to take a look at some keywords. Nurse, vintage nurse, nurse week, fun nurse, floral, groovy, nursing student. There we go. Let's see if we can get it in. Nursing student gift. And we've got 6 more words, and I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, you're welcome. So now we have keywords, and remember, we jotted some down when we did our research before we started designing. So we could see that there were, 900 searches. What people are looking for, 700. We could go nurse appreciation, nurse accessories. So we wrote those words down so that we had some to add into there. So that looks pretty good. We're within what Etsy wants. They want 140. Do as many as you can. If I could think of a 6-letter word, I would like to stuff it in there. So what would I add? Let's go ER. I can't have more than 3. I'm just going to throw that in there. ER. And that's how you want to do your title. You want it to make sense because it reads left to right. But you have the word gift in here. We have nurse t-shirt. That's the #1 searched. We have retro, which retro is searched for. Floral nurse appreciation. If somebody's typing in floral, because florals are very popular right now, our shirt will get in front of those people. Nurse appreciation week T. So we have t-shirt and T because people type in different things. We have RN, LPN, CNA, 70s style. We have a nursing gift. It's just full of keywords that people are actually searching for. So it's get as many as you can. I can't use all these capitals. You're only allowed so many. It gave me an error. See, if I do ER. Yeah, I cannot have more than 3 words in all capitals. I guess they don't want us to appear like they are yelling. So I have to do ER. And that's how you do your title. But make sure you use, because I showed you last night how and I'll show you in a little bit, how Etsy ranks your listings to have an A+ listings. Does Printify ship them directly to the customer? Yes, they do, Kaylee. They do. They ship it. They do all the heavy lifting. We hold the inventory. They do the printing, and they do the shipping. And that's your title. So then we're going to move on to photos. So we did mock-ups in last night's lesson. I'm just going to bring them up. And here's our mock-ups. I'm just going to make sure everything's all good here. Oh, something happened there. Let me refresh. Okay, I'm not in the right one. Stand by. Everything's glitching. There we go. Okay, I have them downloaded. So we're going to save your mock-ups, which we did last night, and we're going to upload our photos. So you're just going to hit upload photos. Hold on, guys. Nurses are groovy mock-up. Here we go. So we're going to take our mock-ups that we did last night. We downloaded them, and highlight them all, and we are going to upload them. Open. It's going to upload them all at once. You don't have to do them one by one. And remember, we did a video. I showed you how to make a video. So we're going to grab that video. MP4 right there. And we're going to open up that one. And that's how simple it is to get your photos in. And if ever in doubt, right here, if you do the question mark by photos and videos, and I covered this in last night's lesson, it gives you what it wants, and 3 to 15 seconds for a video. Don't try to squeeze another 1 second in there because it cuts it off. I tried. I always try to squeeze a little bit more. So all that information is here. but we did cover that on Mockups. So our Mockups are uploaded. I mean, we spent the time doing them. And let's take a look. You just want to go through. So we created this on Midjourney, put our graphic on it, just to have something unique to stand out. And I don't know why I don't have a filter on that I know of, but she looks real. And when I'm looking at it on my phone here, she looks fake, but I can see all her freckles and everything. Let's see, enhance, effects, nothing there. I had none. Did it change? Okay, so we made this in Midjourney. We put our graphic on it. And here's how we made a video. We just made things move. We animated them in Canva. So that counts as a video. You just put a little bit of information. So I just like to go through each mock-up to make sure everything, this corresponds, because we're going to use the same mock-up over and over. We're just going to remove the design and colors. So I just make sure everything corresponds. Royal blue. And then we put product information cards on. Yellow, good. Some more product features. Black. We threw in a review there. Because Etsy wants you to fill in all 10 of these photos, and putting product information in, it helps fulfill that. And we put a size chart in. So we made them last night. We'll just check that all the colors correspond. Baby blue, black, true royal. So I called it royal blue. I would have to change that. White, yellow, and ash. So we are good there. And of course, all the sizes. So I just double checked that. Here's our title, so we're good with that. We haven't yet done the description. It's not optimized. It says, this is from Printify, their AI. This unisex jersey, short sleeve tee captures a vibrant and fun spirit, perfect for those who want to express themselves with a touch of grooviness. Nobody's searching for that. There's no keywords in here. 100% heirloom combed. Who's searching for that? No one. We know that because we did. So we're going to tweak that. We just come here to take a look at our photos. Now, with our photos, there's one more thing we can do to optimize our listing. And a lot of people miss this. This is called alt text. So you bring up your photo. It does not work on videos. And if you want, you can adjust your thumbnail. If you want to do brightness, you notice that it's not bright enough, you can come in here and do a few little tweaks with exposure, highlights, temperature, so you don't have to take it back into Canva, just to do a little bit of tweaking. And you can adjust your thumbnail if you want. If you want to feature your product a little bit more, apply that. So you can do a few little tweaks in here. But what we're coming in here for is alt text. So alt text is for the visually impaired. They can't quite see everything. So kind of, if I come in here and I get closer, that's maybe what somebody might see. Nurses are what? They can't even read it. I know it's nurses, but they can see the pretty flowers. They just can't quite read it. So alt text is for the visually impaired. But what it also offers to us is, it offers us 500 extra characters for keywords. So if you remember, I asked ChatGPT when we first, went to start, get a title to start with. I asked ChatGPT to give me the alt text, which gives us more keywords. Close-up of Nurses Are Groovy graphic tee, featuring bold retro typography surrounded by colorful flowers and butterflies, worn under a chunky knit cardigan styled with denim jeans. Okay, so it didn't quite give me what I wanted. It's a starting point, so I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to say, can you be more descriptive and use more keywords for the alt text? Omit the cardigan. Okay, Look at this, much better. So I'm gonna tweak it when I take it over. I don't need to say a white short sleeve t-shirt. I don't need that because I'm gonna put them on each one. I'm gonna do a t-shirt with bold retro pink text reading "Nurses are groovy," surrounded by colorful daisies and floral illustrations with butterflies, inspired by 1970s vintage style. Perfect nurse appreciation gift, nurse week shirt, healthcare worker top, nursing student apparel, or fun floral nurse graphic tee for everyday wear. It is packed full of keywords while being descriptive for the visually impaired. We're going to take those 500 extra characters and have the keywords. So I'm going to paste that in there. Of course, I'm going to get rid of white. I'm just going to have a graphic tee because we're going to use this same text for every single picture. Nurses are groovy, colorful daisies, like look at vintage style, nurse week. We're going to run with those extra characters. So I'm just going to copy that one. And you have to hit apply. And that one's done. You can't do it on videos, so we're going to do it to the next one. Bring it up, alt text, and paste it. Apply. And we're going to do for each photo. And it's just going to help that search engine find the relevancy of your listing. Done. And to the yellow one. Because remember, the little spiders, the web crawlers, are looking for those little morsels of food that are relevant to people's searches. So the words are important. And we're just going to paste that. Done. And one more. And that takes seconds. It takes seconds to do. Well, not seconds, maybe. Well, 30 seconds. It didn't take any more than a minute. And you can get more detailed. You have up to 500 characters. So that is done. We're going to take advantage of those extra keywords. And that's how simple it is to do the photos, to upload them. Does anyone have a question at all about the photos or the alt text? And if you have a question, just drop it. Just drop it in there. But use ChatGPT to get you started. Of course, it's not going to be perfect, and you can tweak in ChatGPT. I use it as a starting point. So our photos, our video, and our alt text are all done. We just move along to the description. Now, I kept this from Printify because I don't want to type this each time. You know, the machine wash, give the care instructions. But I don't want to use this. There's very little keywords. I mean, we have nurse week, healthcare professional. We don't need all this fluff. Express yourself, a touch of grooviness. No one is searching for that. And that's what Printify's AI gave us. Not the best. So we're going to delete that. And let's go back to see what ChatGPT gave us. Celebrate the amazing nurse in your life with this fun and retro Nurses Are Groovy t-shirt featuring a bold, vintage-inspired keyword surrounded by cheerful floral, butterflies, 70s nostalgia, modern style, Nurse Appreciation Week, health care workers, gifts, or everyday wear that spreads positivity on and off shift. Okay, made from soft, breathable cotton. I've put that enough in my my product information on the pictures. I'm going to have them rework the description. Can you rework the description above? I didn't want the product composition. Omit what it's made of. So I'm just going to get them to tweak that and see if we can. Here's reworked. Inspired, surrounded by bright floral, eye-catching design, positivity, Nurse Appreciation Week, birthdays, graduations, or just brighten a long shift. Fun way to show pride in the nursing profession. Fellow nurse, a nursing student, the feel-good graphic tee, dedication, compassion. Okay, to make feel. Okay, so we've got now it's asking us here if you want to tighten this into Etsy optimization format with keyword placement specifically geared to rank a nurse appreciation gift or retro nurse search. Help you get more visibility. Yes, can you optimize the listing to keywords that people are searching for on Etsy for the nurse's t-shirt. It's searching the web, searching Etsy, and trying to pull some words out. Let's see how it does. So it checked quite a few little sites. Okay. Healthcare professionals, graduating nursing students, so suggestive. Nurse Appreciation Week. Retro or nurse student if the design hits all the right notes. Okay, so we are good here. We're going to copy that. I'm happy with that. And you just keep reworking it until you get your vibe and what reflects your store and your tone. Of course, we're going to come in and take out the M dashes because I haven't set mine up. This T is ideal for... I'm going to get these quotations out of here. I don't like the quotations. We can just use the word. It's still going to search for it. So let ChatGPT do the heavy lifting for you. And if you can set up a custom GPT, you can just say, hey, we're going into, and it will always do the same format for you. So we got lots of keywords there. Hi, Kat. Welcome in. Welcome in. And anyone else I missed coming in, I apologize, but welcome in. And those, thank you to those who have purchased a guide. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I'm happy with that. It has enough keywords without being spammy. It makes sense. Here, it added ICU, ER, and labor and delivery, which more keywords, right? If someone's looking for L&D, they know where their nurse works. ICU, so it added a few more keywords in there, departments in the hospital. And that's what I do. And then I always add in here, if you ever have an issue with your order or any questions, just reach out. I am here to help. What this does, it makes a suggestion to the person that if they have a problem with their order, reach out. And we put that in our photos too. Just reach out. Don't leave me a 1-star review. It's like I put it several places to reach out. I can make it right for you. If Printify makes a mistake on a print, it's off-centered, it's too light, Printify will reprint that. We do not want those 1 stars because that affects how Etsy pushes us out. So I always sprinkle in a little bit of customer service. We know a lot of people do not read the description. They're visual. So that's why when we did our mock-ups last night, I recommend always to put your pictures in here, right? But put some product information in here. 100% heirloom cotton, 2 to 3 days production time. That sets expectations, and the print providers specifies that time. So the customer said, well, I ordered it on Monday. It's not here, it's Wednesday. Well, if you did see in the listing, I have 2 to 3 day production time. And then again, suggest to them, if there is ever an issue with your order, just reach out, we'll take care of you. That builds customer confidence. And when you do get a poor review, you can reach out to the customer and say, well, you know what, I said if there was an issue, reach out, I'm here for you. So put that in your listing. Number 1, Etsy likes it because it's excellent customer service, which they want. So stick it in there because not everyone reads the description. They're shopping at work, they don't have time, they get interrupted, kids are running around. So just include that in your photos. And add personalization. We talked about that in Printify. We would set that up in Printify, but if you wanted to do personalization, you would just say, like if you were doing the back of the shirt, please add the department or name you wish to have on the back of the shirt. Okay, back of the shirt. So you would fill that in, give direction to the customer if you're doing personalization. And this is just to allow them how many they can respond. Max, you can say max 14 characters because you only can put so many characters on the back of the shirt. If it exceeds, and we did this in Printify, if it exceeds 14 characters, it will be put on 2 lines. So mental health won't fit all on one line without it being too small in the back. So mental would go on the top and health would go below it. So you would put your details about personalization here. And if they don't want personalization, you can make it optional and they'll be able to tick no, they don't want it. So I'm just going to remove that, but that's where you do your personalization. Next, we come into pricing, inventory, SKUs, and all that. But you know what? Because we imported it from Printify, look at this. It brings everything over. So when an order comes in on Etsy, customer pays, Etsy will send this over to Printify. And Printify knows, because we set it up there, what colors these are. We did our pricing there. So thank goodness, because we don't have to import all this stuff. Could you imagine putting all this individually? So Printify just brought that right all over for us. So just double check that your pricing. We did this already in Printify, but you make sure your 2XLs, they're a little higher in price because it costs more to produce. Everything comes over seamlessly. It really does. So we don't have to worry about that. And we don't have to worry about the shipping because Printify takes care of all of that. And that gets imported too. So this also gets imported, a physical item, and it puts it in the category because it knows it's a t-shirt. And it would be the same if it was a mug, a dog bandana. Here we can fill in additional attributes, which again are keywords. And I'm just going to put cotton, and we're going to tick cotton. Primary color, I'm just going to put pink, and then I'm going to put white because that's the color of the graphics. Sustainability, you only have 4 options. Hemp, linen, organic cotton, recycled polyester. And it says type to search, but I have, linen, did that come up? No, because that's only the choice. You can't do anything else. Sustainability, there's only 4 choices, no matter what you type in. So I just leave that blank. Now here we come to our tags. Etsy wants 13 filled in. These imported from Printify. I clicked off 2 that weren't great keywords. Casual wear shirt, no, that nobody's searching for that. So we've got funny nurse shirt. I don't know if it's funny, but it might put it in front of somebody who was looking for a funny nurse shirt, but comes across ours because it picked up that keyword. Groovy t-shirt, I'm going to leave that. Nurse appreciation, floral graphic tee. I'm going to leave that because, sometimes we're shopping and we get sidetracked, squirrel. It's like, oh, what's that? So I might get it in front of somebody and say, I got to get that for Christmas. Gift for nurse, hospital uniform. And I don't like that one. Retro vibe, floral design tee, but we have floral graphic tee. So we're repeating. We can get a better one. So I'm going to click that off. So out of the ones that Printify made, I only like 8 of them. We need 13. So let's go back to ChatGPT. And remember, we wrote down keywords too. Let's take a look what they're saying here. Nurse's student gift. I'm going to put that one. I'm just going to put that here. Oh, I have that in there. Oh, I already have it. I liked it so much that actually ChatGPT brought that one over, or Printify. Nurse pride, nurse graduation, present. Sure, let's do that. Now, we only have so many characters here. You only have 20 characters. So right here, we can't use present. It's too long. So this is what a long tail keyword is. It reads like a sentence. So what we'll do is we'll cut out present. We'll just cut it out. We're going to add nurse's graduation. Then we're going to add present. This is how you get longer keywords in. So it reads nurse graduation present. So you can break it up into two, but it's going to read like a sentence. Nurse graduation present. It still reads that. So that's called a long tail keyword. You just split them up. So we got 3 left to go. And sometimes it seems like, oh, I can't get the right keyword. That's why I recommend writing them down when you've already done your research. I'm going to go, I don't know if we have retro. I can't remember. I think we do. Retro. I'm going to do retro. Let's take a look what else we can find. And if you don't like what you see, you don't like what you see, say, hey, can you give me 13 more keywords that people are using to search on Etsy for a nurse's t-shirt? And let chat tell us. I was stuck with the rest of them. I didn't like any of them. RN, here we go. Let's do registered nurse gift. I'm going to put that in there. Perfect. Oh, did it say I had that already? Okay. I'm just going to do registered nurse. We have gift in here. Registered nurse. And you will get really quick at doing these after you do it enough time. Custom name shirt, RN Pride, nurse graduation. I'm going to use this one because that's kind of fun for the pediatric. Plus, we'll get anyone looking for pediatric. I'm going to use the word T. And we've used all 13. And that's what Etsy wants. And those are keywords that are read very quickly, again, by the web crawlers who are looking at your listing. It happens in seconds. Now, here's the one where a lot of people don't get an A+ rating on their listing because of materials. I found a way around this because I want all my listings to say A+. So I've found a way to get around this. I'm going to go graphics. They want to know. This is for buyer's value transparency. Tell them what's used to make your item. I make one handmade item. I make magnets, fridge magnets with custom photos. And even with me using materials from the magnets to the glue to the resin to the paper, I couldn't come up with 13. It's a lot. But your listing is ranked on this. So, of course, we have graphics. I'm going to design software. No, I'm going to just use design. I'm going to go software. I'm going to use pink ink. I'm going to use yellow ink. White ink. I know it seems silly, but I want to fulfill and have an A+ listing. White ink. What else do we have? Black ink. I used a computer. I used my brain. We still got 5 left. I used my hands. I used my eyes. I used a sweatshirt t-shirt. We used cotton as in the t-shirt. So that's the way I got around just fulfilling that. All 13 are used. Now I'm getting an A+ listing. So that's the way to do it. It's near impossible to do 13 without going this route. Like I said, my magnets, I couldn't even get 13, and I'm using actual physical products. So just fill that out that way. Wonderful. So we've got the GPSR, and we discussed this in previous lessons. That's a general product safety regulations that the European Union and Northern Ireland and the UK have. They have special safety reasons for products. After December 13 last year, and they have safety regulations. Now, Printify fulfills that, where it was manufactured, the composition, what it's made of, the safety regulations. Printify takes care of that for you. The only thing Printify doesn't take care of is the European Union and the UK and Northern Ireland have a thing called right of cancellation or right of refusal. They have up to 14 days to cancel an order. So once you've sent it to production, and we set that up when we did shop setup, if we're going to sell to the European Union. So in your settings, we already set that all up. I am not selling print on demand to there, so I don't have to worry about any of that info. Now, if you're selling physical products, which I don't cover in these lessons, things you make, you have to include what the materials are, all the safety, the manufacturing. You have to put in those rules. If you're selling vintage items, so 20 years and older, like physical items, what you can do is you can say for decorative use only, because you're not going to have all that manufacturing safety rules that came with the product because it's that old. So you can just put in there, it's for just say the item limitations, warn that the item doesn't meet current safety standards, and vintage toys, electronics, and all that, and just put a disclaimer for decorative use only. That's how you can get around that if you're selling physical products, like vintage. Printify brought this over because we chose our print provider, so it shows the customer too, their production times have gone up, so you have to pay note of that. 3 to 5 days processing time. I have in my thing 2 to 3, and that changes come Christmas time. And you have to keep up on that. You can do a shop announcement saying production times at Christmas time have gone up. Please note. Now, Etsy recently just moved their shop announcement. It used to be at the top, and this just happened 2 days ago. They have now moved it to the bottom, which I hope they change their mind on, because the shop announcements are up at the top to keep people informed about production times in your shop. We don't have to worry about item weight or size because this is print on demand. We don't have to add that either. They take care of that. Here is you can just preview what the postage cost is going to be so that you can factor in, have I charged enough for my item? Because the customer pays Etsy for shipping, and then we pay our print provider for shipping. So we have to make sure we have enough. That's just a calculator. We set this up in policy so it automatically comes up. We did no returns or exchanges for print on demand because once it goes to the printer, and if we're doing a custom order, print on demand really is custom because it's ordered one by one. But if you're doing personalization with people's names, we are no exchanges or returns. The only time Printify will reprint is if it's their mistake. It's off center, it's too light, and they've made a mistake, and they 100% will reprint, but we are not offering returns or exchanges. But, a customer messages you, of course, you're going to say, what is the problem? Can I see the photos? Then you contact Printify, and they will reprint it, and they will take care of that. So no money out of your pocket. We don't want a bad review. Whenever a customer reaches out, try to resolve the issue for them. Then the last thing you do is you just check which category you would like it in. And you can set up those in your shop. And when you come here, if you're just starting, you just click here and add a section. So you can do it as you go. Just add a section, say, okay, I want this to be under Halloween. I want this to be under clothing. And this shows up on the left-hand side of your shop. So categories are nice because if somebody's looking for baby stuff, they can just click on your baby. If they want to peruse through digital art, they can, or your Christmas. So Etsy likes it and customers like it too. They don't have to scroll through all the stuff they're not interested in. So you can add that as you grow your shop, or you can do it in maintenance and do it. Here you can feature your listing on your front page of your store. You only can do 4 of them. If you keep on clicking feature it, it goes into a queue. So if one of your listings expires, it will put the next one up top. It works if you time it up for Halloween and seasonal, that if you have a Halloween one featured, the next one in queue may be Christmas. So you only can feature 4, and they show up at the top of your shop. And I'll show you that. So they show up here. See featured items? And you only have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's your categories on the left-hand side of your store. So it's nice because people can say, oh, I just want to look at this. I want to look at that. But this is where your featured items go at the top. Okay? They go right there. And actually, when I go in here, I'm going to show you. I have so many tabs open. Let me go to my shop manager. I'm going to go to listings. And it's starred right here. So if you need to find out which ones you have featured and which ones are in queue, you can tell by the star. And if you decide you don't want to feature one, oh, it's going to put another one. See, I try to go put it back because it moved the next one in my queue up. So now I have to go into my shop. It won't let me feature that one. And it moved another one up. It moved this classic equestrian. Classic equestrian. So now you have to go back to your listings and find that classic equestrian and untick it. So I'm going to type in classic, and it should have a star on it. And it does. So I'm going to untick it, and I'm going to find the one I want up there. Hopefully I don't have too many in queue. We'll be here all day. Okay, so that was the only one in queue. So I started that. Now I'm going to go back into my shop, and those 4 should be featured. Well, this one hasn't dropped yet because I got to refresh. Refresh. Oh, it's up there. But this is back up here is what I want. So that's what that feature is. Only 4, remember. Only 4 at a time. And then when one expires and goes into your inactive, which I recommend, and I'll discuss that in a minute, is to do your seasonal to make them go out of inactive. So you can do 4. So this is what I'm talking about here, renewal options. When you publish a listing, it stays up for 4 months. After the 4 months, you can choose to renew it at 20 cents, and you can do that automatically, which I do with evergreen products. But when it comes to seasonal products, we got our Halloween listed in August. We got September, October, November. They will expire in December. So I just let them go inactive. Then I review to see if, did it make sales? I'm not renewing it because Halloween season's over. And it renews every 4 months. So it expires December. So now we go January, February, March, April. I'm going to be charged another 20 cents. And then we go May, June, July, August. Might want to renew it then. If not, you're going to be charged 40 cents for renewing a product that's out of season. Now you say, okay, well, that's only 40 cents. I don't want to have to worry about it. Well, you have all of a sudden, you have 100 items, 200 items. Your seasonal items are all renewing every 4 months. So you do 200 times 40 cents. That's a lot of money you're going to be charged to renew an out-of-season item. So you have to weigh if you want to keep your seasonal items active or not. I do mine manually. I like to monitor them, especially seasonal. And I like to just, kind of, when they expire, let me just save this. When they expire, they go here, expired. So you can come in. It's not like you have to hunt. And then I'm just going to take a look. Like here's my Christmas one. I didn't have that continually renewed. I'll renew it closer to Christmas. Same with this one. And then you can just see, did it make any sales? I might want to take a look at the listings. Here's Halloween. This was trending last year. I just made it inactive. So it adds up, all these ones, Christmas, like we had the postal strike. So I had to take all my seasonal out. Otherwise, I'm charged 40 cents every 4 months. Look at the listings. So you're going to have a charge and go, where did that come from? So that's how they just go here to expired. And you can come in and review which ones you want to renew, or if you want to tweak the photos, look at the keywords as you evolve and figure, okay, I better change those keywords. Some things might not have enough. Like let's look at this one. I made this one. And does it have all the keywords? It doesn't have these. You might just want to tweak it. I don't think I have many photos on this one either. No, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I might want to come in and, add some more photos before I renew it. Look at my title. I mean, this is something I made last year. So it gives you a chance to review, do some keyword research also. And these are all my inactive ones that I had to take down. So I'm going to review the photos before I get them back up. So that's what that renewal is. It doesn't go away. You don't lose your whole listing. It just goes to expired. And I do recommend it for seasonal. Because all of a sudden, like I said, you get a large charge and you don't understand why. So that's what that is for. Let's go back to drafts. Let's bring this up. So that is all the way to the bottom. And we've got everything filled out. And you get really quick at it. So I'm just going to leave it at manual. But you know what? This is not a seasonal product, so I would do it automatic. But if you're launching a new product and you want to just see how it does, and you'll know by your sales. If you get a couple of sales on it, remember it takes 30 days to get in the algorithm once we hit publish. And sales are coming in on it, you might want to just go in and turn it automatic so you can monitor it. But those will never disappear. Never disappear on you. Then when you're all happy with it, you just double check, preview, okay, brighten up the nursing classroom. I didn't see that, so I'm going to go back and change that in the description, nursing classroom. Okay, well, yeah, break room. I'll just leave it. It's fine. So you're going to preview your listing again. Don't panic. Don't panic, guys. We're getting ready to publish it. So when you're all done and you have that all filled out, you're going to hit publish. And I'm not publishing this because this is not an actual listing. I'm just going to show you. Okay, you'll get this. You get charged 20 cents each time you publish a new listing. That's just one of their fees. And it goes into your account, and either you get a sale and it covers it, or once a month you'll have to pay it. You'll get your balance, and it has to be paid. So hopefully you just get sales that it covers. It'll take the 20 cents out, and you can keep track of that in your billing. And then you would hit publish, which I'm not going to do. This is my demo one. You're going to hit publish, and it will go from your drafts into your active. And then you could just come up here, search to make sure it's there. And you're live. You're live with your listing. So it does seem like a long process when you are doing it, but you will become very, very quick at it. You might want to set up some templates. Like we brought that stuff in from Printify. We kept all that care instructions in there, right? So that we didn't have to type this out. And then you just tweak it and use ChatGPT. And that's how you get your listing up for print on demand. So the next thing I'm going to cover is I'm going to cover digital products. Okay, if you're doing digital products, so if you're doing digital art, if you're doing bundles, if you're doing invitations, anything in the digital world, the process is going to be the same. For bundles, art, planners, whatever you are selling that is digital. So we are going to go into, I'm going to show you this one. So this one I'm going to show you. Are your lessons recorded? Tucker, yes, I just started. That's why there's no music, because I'm uploading them to YT, and you can't have music due to copyright. I have the first 6 lessons up that you can watch. They're raw, just like this. I'm not editing them. I'm not making them all fancy. It's just the lesson here. So yeah, 6 of them are available. I'm going to have the 7th one uploaded later today. And then, of course, this one will to follow. And then all 8 will be there. So here's a digital product, and this is just a simple one. This is just one single SVG and PNG. It's just one. So it's a small file that other people who make custom shirts want to put them on mugs, but they don't want to design the actual thing. They just buy them. People buy these to run their small business, but they don't want to actually design them. So they buy them from other people so that they can put them in their shop on the shirt. So this is a small single file. You can see this one's lacking photos. So Etsy allows you to upload 5 digital files only at 20 megabytes. As you can see, this one file, so one PNG, is 4.81 megabytes. This SVG, scalable vector graphic, is 3.08 megabytes. So that's just one file. Imagine you have 100. You've worked your ass off creating 100 PNG SVG files. 100 of them are going to exceed the allowable amount here. So 20 megabytes. You're going to have 100 of them. So you need to get those files to your customer. This here, if you're just doing, you're selling one or a very small file, as long as it fits neatly into 5, you are good to go. I sell digital art, right? I offer 5 aspect ratios, so 5 different scalable sizes that you can print multiple. I can't fit them all in here. They're 300 DPI, they're large files. I need to get that to my customer, and you too have to get your item to your customer, whether it be large bundles, digital planners. You need to have a delivery system. And don't think you can zip them because it doesn't compress them enough. Don't offer it all messy here where there's 3 files there, 4. Generally, the files are too large to combine together. It's just a whole messy experience for the customer. So what are we going to do? We need to store our files in Google Drive or whatever drive you use. I use Google Drive. So let me get a better listing here. Let me get some artwork. Let me bring up Sailboat. So let me bring up this one here. Everything else is the same in the listing except for the file. We have our mockups, we have our title, we have our description. So I offer a PDF with a link to the files. Nice, neat, clean, within the requirements, the size. What you're going to do is create, and this is a one-time thing, right? You're just going to create this hyperlink once, and you're going to reuse it and just change the link each time. And this will make sense in a moment. So my art, I offer 5 aspect ratios. And within these 5 aspect ratio, the customer can print at any size here without losing quality. So that's what that means. So if a customer wants to print it in 8x10s, they can. They know they need to use this file. So it's a large file. Very, very large file. So we're going to go to Google Drive. I'll get back to this. You're going to offer one PDF with a link. So I'm going to go to, what did I do? Sunset Sailboat? Sunset Sailboat. I'm just going to show you the size. Look how big these files are. This is one file. 1 aspect ratio, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Look at the sizes of these files. 25.9, 15.9, 24, and 27.9 and 7. I can't even combine 15 with 7. I'm going to be over the 20. It just becomes super messy. So what you would do, if you're offering, and this would be the same with PNGs. So you're going to have 100 PNGs in your file. You're going to create them. You're going to put them into one file. Then you're going to come in and you're going to go new. You're going to do folder upload, and you're going to upload your folder with all the stuff you're offering. So imagine 100 PNGs. Imagine a digital planner that is 100 pages. Whatever you want to sell to in that one listing and offer to the customer is going to be in one folder. You're going to go folder upload. You're going to choose your folder with all the digital files you are selling in that listing. So if I wanted to, I've a sailboat, I'm not going to upload it because it's already there. So within this, I have all my files that I want the customer to get. So you will create a file and put everything into one file. So if you're doing PNGs, you're going to have them all listed here. You know, you're designing, there's going to be PNGs, PNGs, PNGs. You're going to highlight them all and create a new folder and drop them all in there. And then you're going to upload them to the drive. So folder upload, pick your folder that you have all the stuff for the customer that you want to deliver to them. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess up my drive. And you're going to upload. It's going to load here. I'm going to load them all up. And they're going to show up alphabetically. Nice, nice, nice and tidy. So I think I did Sailboat Sunset. It would come alphabetically here. So that's the first thing you do. And just a little tip here. I use Google Drive. If you want to do any other one, whichever one you use. Google allows you for free 15 gigabytes. But that's per account. And between you and I, just open another email and you get another 15 free. As you can see, look at all the folders, files I have in here. And these all have stuff in them. And I've only used 3.72 gigabytes. Where do I save and edit your stuff from Canva? I keep it in Canva because it keeps all your designs there. But I do download them because I have to deliver them to the customer. And I have to upload my mockups. So they do stay in Canva, but they're also downloaded to my computer. And try to keep them in tidy folders. My folders are getting a little out of control right now, but that's okay. That's for a rainy day. So you're going to bring them in here. Now, how you're saying, okay, so they sit there. How does the customer get access to them? Well, I'm going to go to this sailboat. When you first upload it, there's a few things you need to do. You need to come over here to the ellipsis and click the More Action. You have to go to Share and Share again. And when you first upload your folder, it's going to be like this, restricted. So nobody can access it except for you. Okay, when you first upload it, that's what it's going to look like. You need to drop down and anyone with the link. So now it's accessible to anyone who has the link. What we're going to do is we're going to copy that link and we're going to create the PDF I showed you. You do that one time. I just copy it because there's no point coming back. And we're going to go to our hyperlink. So I created this for all my digital art. So you create this one time if you're doing whatever you're doing, right? You can create it one time and keep it very generic. If you're doing SVGs and PNGs, you know that the directions are going to be the same. You can do one for art. You can do, just a general thank you one with the link, especially if you have a large digital planner. The person is going to receive this when they make their purchase. Nice and clean. I'm going to move this down here. I don't want to lose mine. So I just put general information in, printing instructions, professional printing, choose your perfect size, just some information, instructions for use. I include the charts so that they can decide, okay, I want to print 8x10, so I need to get to my printer the ratio 4:5. And naming the files helps. If you noticed in the drive, I name my file so that the customer knows what file it is. There's nothing worse than getting, especially if you're ordering 200 PNGs and they didn't label the files. So they know they come in here and get the 4:5 ratio and send that to their printer. So naming your files, remember, it's customer service. And especially if you have 200 PNG files, right? And they're looking for one and they need to find it quickly. you can name them while you're designing them, right? You just name them, because then when the customer opens up that file with 100, 200 files in it, they can just go through, because it'll go alphabetically, and find their file. So I include that chart so the customer now knows, okay, I got to print 2 of these in 24 by 30. I need the file 4:5 ratio, and they off to the printer it goes, so that they get the best quality. If they wanted it 24 by 30 and they sent this ratio because it wasn't labeled, it's not going to be the same print quality. It's going to get all stretched out, and it won't be 300 DPI. So in this PDF, include all the instructions that you need to provide to the customer. And then you're going to create a link that's going to be delivered to the customer. So we're just going to go text. I'm going to add a subheading. We're just going to come here. And you can put whatever you want on this. And as you can see, it's not clickable. We can't click it. There's no link. It's just text. It's plain old text. So you can put whatever you want. I like click here because it's clear directions. Click here. You can change the color. I like to do it a bright color so it's not missed. It's like I can't find the link. So I'm just going to do it that pink. Click here. You still can't click here. You're saying, Tina, what the hell? Okay. So you're going to highlight this, and there's 3 little ellipses here. Your 3 little ellipses. You're going to click that. You're going to scroll down. And this is in Canva. You're going to hit link. So you'll create the document. You're going to hit link, or whatever program you're using, and enter a link or search. Remember, I hit copy in the Google Drive. I'm just going to paste that in there. Edit and paste. There's my link for sharing. I'm going to hit done. Now look at this. It's clickable. Oh, it made a liar out of me. Come on. What happened? Oh, I didn't hit save. Link. Paste. I didn't hit save. Paste. Done. I forgot to hit done. 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 What is going on? Hold on. Stand by. It says, okay, link. Paste. And done. There we go. Phew. So now it goes underlined. Now it is underlined and it's clickable. The customer will click it and they will click right here. Because remember, I saved the link and do the click it. When the customer clicks it, they get access to the 5 sailboats, or your 100 SVGs, or your planner, or your guide. It will bring them right here, and they only have access to that. They won't be able to access anything else. So that's how you create a nice, neat file. Of course, you would save this. I always name it the name, because what we're due now is we can just change the link. We don't have to keep making this PDF. So when I want to upload and make a new listing, I just go back to my drive. And I'm going to do this one here. I just uploaded it. I'm going to go in, share. Of course, I've already made it available. I'm going to copy the link. So this is Tina.In.Paris. Copy the link. I'm going to go into my hyperlink. I'm going to get rid of the previous sailboat one, and I'm going to paste my new link. I'm going to hit done, and it's updated. So I changed this to Tina.In.Paris just so I don't get them all mixed up. Hyperlink for Tina.In.Paris. So I know which link it is, because you're going to have to download it, save it, and upload it to Etsy. So now when I click here, just by changing the link, it brings me up to those ones. So you rinse and repeat, right? As you design new things, you just have to, larger items, digital items, you just have to change the link each time once you have created that PDF. So of course you would download this PDF. After you've changed the link each time, you must always keep it at PDF standard. Do not change it to anything. Do not flatten it. Just PDF standard. Because if you flatten it, you change it to any other file, the link will not work. So your customer will get it and there will be no link. So just PDF standard, you're going to download it. Remember to put the name so you know which link it is, because you're going to have a bunch of them. We download it. We go to our listing. And you're going to add it here. So hyperlink for that specific file. And boom. So you can see I name mine, so I know it's sailboat. I don't get them mixed up. If you just had hyperlink, it's like, uh-oh, which one's which? This way you can keep track of which link is where. And trust me, when you get designing a bunch, rename them. And that's how you upload a large file. So now the customer just gets this all neat and tidy in one package. It's seamless, a wonderful delivery. Remember to name your files. Okay, even if you're doing PNGs and you have hundreds of them, you're going to be formatting them somewhere. So if you're formatting in Canva, let's just bring this up. If you're formatting your deliverables in Canva and you've uploaded them, while you're doing it, it takes nothing. These are just mock-ups. It takes nothing for you, come on Canva, to name them as you go. So when the customer gets them right here, just name them. Cherry. Whatever they are, just name them as you go, because now when they get downloaded, they're all named and the customer doesn't have to search through 100. Double click, open it up. You get frustrated. Double click, open it up. So name them. If they're 5 different cherries in a segment, do cherry 1, cherry 2, cherry 3, just so that they know that they're looking for a cherry. Because like I said, I ordered a bunch of mock-ups last year, and I think it was 55 mock-ups. Wow. I opened them up and they were numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all the way to 55. I just wanted to find the blue one. Well, it took me forever. They included a chart at picture number 55, didn't say color chart. I opened up that color chart and I had to read through to find out where the navy ones were and go open up that number. So give the customer a great experience, because then your review comes in and everything's tied in. Etsy boosts you if you get great reviews. Etsy is a unique beast. They want customer service. So then you'll get a beautiful review saying, incredible file. They were named beautifully. You don't want to get the one, 200 files, and it was very difficult to find. You want that good review. So it takes nothing wherever you're formatting your files to be sold to name them. So that's all you have to do is design this once. And you can have multiple if you're doing multiple things with instructions. You can also, in your PDF, you can offer coupon codes, whatever you like in here. Say, thanks for your purchase. Here's a coupon code for your next purchase of 20% off. So you can customize these however you want. I'm just showing you my one for art. You can change them up if whichever. You can make them look pretty, fun. You can thank people, whatever you want to create in this and give directions. But you do it once, and then you come in and change the link. Rename it, download it, upload it to Etsy. So it seems like a lot, but once you do it, you design, and then you get going, you'll say, okay, this is very, very simple after you do it for a little bit. And I have step-by-step directions in the guide, how to do it, where you have to click. You want to have repeat buyers, right? You want to have them. So you want to give a great deliverable to them so that you get that wonderful, wonderful review. And that gives confidence to other buyers with your bundles. And if you start exploring when you read about bundles, go read the reviews and see, some will say, hey, I couldn't find the file. There were so many. And you'll read ones that say, the files were named perfectly for easy access. Everything is time, right? It takes time, and we don't have time to look through 200 PNGs because they didn't name them. So make it wonderful for your customer. And in this PDF here, I was mentioning about adding coupons for their next purchase. You find this in your shop manager under marketing. You can go to sales and discounts. Oh, hold on. I have to get rid of this. I don't want somebody to get that file. There we go. So you just come into sales and discounts, and you can put this in your deliverable. So you can create a promo code right here. So that's under marketing, sales and discounts. You're going to go to promo code. You're going to offer a percentage off. So you would put 20%. You can specify how many. You can do order total, or if you buy 2 more items. And you can put how long this coupon lasts for, okay? You can say if you buy this in the next 2 weeks, and they'll see it on the when they receive it. So you can set a duration that is 2 weeks if they make another purchase, and create your own promo code. You can call it whatever you want and include that in that PDF for the customer to say, as a thank you, in the next 2 weeks, save 20. So you can create that within Etsy to add to your deliverable. So that's how streamlined you want it to be when you're doing with large files. You don't want to create chaos for the customer. And to be honest, when you go to upload, I don't want you to get frustrated about why can't I get my large files? Why can't I get my large files? Because there's limitations. So that's how you avoid that. Like I said, you don't have to use Google Drive, but it is free. There's Dropbox, whatever tool you're familiar with. It's the same process. You need to get that link and put it into one deliverable. Like my lessons, my guide. The guide is large. It's 113 pages. That's not fitting in here. So it's in the Google Drive, and those who ordered it would have received the link to click, and away you went, and it downloaded. So that's how you get around very large files on Etsy's limitations of only 5 at 20 megabytes. That's how you get around it. Are there any questions? Am I going too fast? Would you like me to recap that and go through that quickly again? Because I know people often wonder how they get large files on there and how do I deliver it. Because I can go over it again quickly if you would like. Any questions, guys? I know I've just kind of been teaching away. I had a very busy morning. Yes, please. Okay. So right here, you're only allowed 5 files. So we need to store it somewhere else. I'm doing the demo on Google Drive. You get 15 gigabytes free. But if you need to, between you and I, just create a new email and get 15 more. You just got to keep track of them. So you're going to come here. All the files, you've already downloaded your files. I'm going to use the PNGs. So you got 100 PNG bundle you're offering. That's not going to fit on Etsy. So you're going to download your PNGs all into one folder. Right? So you're going to compress them all into one folder. Put them all in there. Then you will upload your new folder into here. File upload. You're going to go in and grab your folder. This folder is full of all my artwork for that specific piece of artwork. You're going to upload it, which I'm not going to because it's already there. It's going to go round and round down here and upload your files. It's going to put them very neatly into one folder. So all these folders here have artwork. When I click on it, there are 5 pieces of artwork in here, 300 DPI high quality. Large files, 20, so that's over Etsy, and Etsy won't allow you one little schmidge over 20. This one's 5 and this one's 13. I could merge them together, but then I'm not going to get this one uploaded. It's just going to be a mess. Even if I compress them and zip them, it doesn't work. So these are large files. Let me go back here to my drive. Let me go to Let me go to Golden Retriever. These ones are 22, 24, 13, and 6. I'm going to be over, maybe close. So they're all nice and neat in here, your folders of each thing you bring in. After it's uploaded, you're going to, okay, so you're going to pick the one you just uploaded. You're going to go to the 3 ellipses here. You're going to go to share and share. Share and share again. When you first upload it, it will be restricted because you just uploaded it. You're the owner. You need to be able to share this link with people, so you need to drop this down, anyone with the link. I'm here, so it's now available with anyone with the link. I copy the link. I then go in, whatever design program you use. I use Canva. You create a document, a PDF, with all the information you need about your product, any special instructions you want the customer to have. You can make up whatever you like, and you can reuse it over and over and over again. Put whatever information they need. I put my chart in here so people know what file they need. They decide what size they want. It will tell them what file they need to send to their printer to have top quality. PNGs, you're going to have hundreds of them. We need to direct. You can say, hey, you know what, just click the link and you'll have access to all 200 of your files for bundles. They'll be all there for you. So you create that once, and then you're going to make a clickable link. So we're going to get some text. You're just going to fit it in here. I usually just put click here. I need to direct them. Don't make it fancy because they don't understand that they have to click it. You could put your files here. You can change this color to highlight it so it doesn't get lost. See, that color is not good. You want it to really jump out. I don't really like that either. I tried to be different for the showing again. Use a different color, but I want one that really stands out, and that pink seems to stand out pretty good for me. So you're saying, okay, you go to click it, say, okay, no, there's no link there. What you're going to highlight, you're going to highlight your words. You're going to go to the ellipsis here, the 3 dots. You're going to scroll down, and sometimes it's hidden, link, and it's going to ask for your link to your files. So we're just going to, I copied it, remember, because I don't want to go back and forth. I'm just going to go up here, and I'm going to paste my link right there. You're going to go done. And now you can see it's underlined and it's a clickable link. So the customer will get this. This will pop up. They're going to hit the Google Drive. And it's going to take them right to their files. Easy peasy. Nice and clean. Now you're going to, of course, change your thing here. Always name it, I name it hyperlink. And change it to what you're downloading. So this, I think, was Fox Hunt. You're going to share it, download it, must keep it at, and I can't express this enough, you must keep this at PDF standard. Do not flatten it, do not do anything to it. You download it any other way, like even PDF for print, your link will be gone. It will not work at all. So don't do anything to it, but keep it PDF standard. You're going to hit download, because we've got the new link there. You go to Etsy. You're going to add the file. So that was Fox Hunt. Easy to find. To make sure I have the right file, I'm going to open it. And look at that. Boom. One file that the customer gets. Nice and neat. No struggling with the 20 megabytes each file when you have large files. I'm just going to delete that so it doesn't mess up my listing. And you just repeat and rinse. Each file you do that's large, you've already made this once. You just have to go in. So that was Fox Hunt. Let's go back over to the drive. You've uploaded another one, so let's grab this. Let's grab this funny dog bathroom. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go share. Make sure this has anyone with the link. You're gonna copy the link after it uploads. Back over to your hyperlink. You're gonna hit the edit button. You're gonna delete the old one. For some reason it won't highlight. I don't know why. So if you remember, this was Fox Hunt before. We're going to paste our new link. Done. Link updated. And then I just double check. So this should take us into a dog, I think. Dog in the bathroom. Boom, there's our files right there. And this is what the customer gets. And that's their view. They get all in one spot. They know we've labeled them, and they just have to double click them and they get their artwork. Done did. Nice, neat, and tidy. And you just keep doing that. As you upload files, just edit, delete the link, and you're done. Went over to Etsy, and you just upload that PDF. And the rest of the listing is all the same. You include your information in the description. You price it. You put your quantity. Now, I see some people on digital art. Oh, you're welcome. Some people on digital art you'll see, oh, only 5 left. And I kind of chuckle because it's a digital item. They want to create that urgency. You can have a max of 999 on here. Put it up there. They don't have to worry about it. I mean, you can say, okay, only 5 left. Well, it's a digital item. What, are you taking it down? It's just one of those, urgency things. Digital files, you just upload it already. You put it in the category that you want. You can put your attributes. I don't worry about the width and that. It's all explained. Then you do your tags. Oh, materials. I didn't fill these ones out before, so I'm going to do that. And which one is this? This is, while I'm in here. Okay, so we got lots of colors. I'm in here. I'm going to fill in those. So my rating is going to be an A+ on this one. Once I'm done. Graphics, blue ink, black ink, red ink. I use software. I used white ink. I use creativity. Might as well while I'm in here, guys. Creativity. I used brown ink. There's yellow ink in the picture. I use my computer. I use software. I use my hands. I use my eyes. What other color ink do I have? Gray ink. And there we go. So I might as well fill those out while I'm in here so that it just upgrades my listing. Digital products, as we discussed in policies in lesson number 2, there's no exchanges or returns for the obvious reasons, because once they have it, they've downloaded it and saved it to the computer. So that is our policy we set up, and that's Etsy's policy. So they will have your back on that. Of course, digital art section, and because this is evergreen, I just do automatic, and then you save your item. So that's the only difference. And when you are setting up a listing for a digital product, I'm just going to go back here. What changes did I do? Hold on, I got to make sure I don't have that other file. Delete, done. Oh, yes, publish changes, of course. Okay, when you first start your digital listing, everything else was the same. So you're going to go to Add Listing because it wasn't imported from Printify. This is not a print on demand. It's your own digital listing. I'm just going to go through this. You pick your category. You can type it in. So if you're doing SVG, clip art, and images, you pick which one is best for you. I'm going to do digital prints. When you scroll down, you're going to continue. This is a digital file. Who made it? I did. What is it? A finished product. When did you make it? Whenever you made it. how is this digital content created? Created by me. It's designed and created entirely by me. Or with an AI generator. It's created with the help from an AI generator. We create a lot of stuff with AI generation, and Etsy's fine with that. We also do a lot of editing with our images. So you would just say if you used, and production partners, of course, there's none because this is not print on demand. And then you would just continue. And then it brings you to the whole new listing. And it's the same process. Your mock-ups, pricing, all that. So you just have to answer those few little questions at the beginning and be very upfront if you did use AI, because they're good with that. So that is how you get a large digital file. Whatever program you prefer to use, that's fine. I do mostly digital art right now, Apollo. That's what I make. Last year I started with print on demand and designed. They're all sitting here. I did get one going. They're all sitting here. I did Halloween and Christmas last year. I started. And we had a postal strike. So I had to pull everything down because there's no way to get anything delivered. And, people said, well, why didn't you just go with a U.S. Print provider? Well, because if somebody from Canada ordered, it stops at the border. There's no one to deliver it. So I pulled everything down, had to pivot really, really quickly. 33 days, I had no income because I also have 2 other online stores that I sell physical items, vintage stuff. I had no way to ship anything. So I had to pivot very quickly, and that's when I got into the digital side. So I have mostly digital art. I love creating it. I do have one custom order that I hand make, but I love the digital art, and I do some invitations. So it's the strike was brutal. It was, you know what? I was in tears, literally. I'm not kidding. I was in tears because I couldn't ship a thing. When you are solely based on shipping, nobody's getting anything out. So everything halted for 33 days. It was awful. So I had to pivot, and I just went like crazy making digital art. So most of my stuff right now is digital art. I'm slowly getting back into print on demand. You can see I've got a couple of shirts popping up now. I'm always fearful. They still haven't really settled. I just saw some news come by this morning. I didn't get to read it. That there could be some more trouble coming. So it's a lot of work to get all those up and then have to remove them down and put your store in vacation mode because you can't ship. To go in and through to where you just can't do it. How do you ship anything? So I flipped over to the digital aspect and learned that inside and out. It's kind of a safety net for postal. Yeah, I had to shut mine down too. I had to shut that down because I couldn't ship. I couldn't ship anywhere at all. Like not even within there was nothing. We were not moving. It was horrible. Digital art only to be downloaded. They print by themselves. Or take to a professional printer. You can send the file over to a professional printer like Costco, your local printer. Everyone has one, and they print them out for you. So, yeah, there's plenty of options. You can even have there's shops online that print out your art and mail it to you. You send them the file. Vistaprint does it. All kinds of places do it. There's tons of them. So they just send them the file. The digital art. That's why the aspect ratio and naming them are important so that they can get that to their printer. And then they just either pick up their art, get their frame, or, comes in the mail. It's a great option. You're looking for something specific. And if you take a look at the trends on digital art, it is highly searched. So I've been talking all about, putting all this stuff up and having your title, your photos, everything that Etsy wants. I'm now going to show you how Etsy ranks your store. So in all these lessons, I show you the importance of everything because that's what Etsy wants. They want they are a business and they want to be represented by us. We're their customers in a good way because they make money off of us. If you have a crappy listing and not making sales, you're taking up valuable real estate for them, and they'll just push you down. They're not going to promote your products. So let's go to my favorite site. I use this site for keyword research, trends. It's called Rank Hero. It's called formerly Etsy Check. You can get keyword trends. You can do all kinds of research here, which is your first stop. But what I like about it is I can do my own shop. It's called the Shop Analyzer. We're going to pull up somebody's shop. Let's stick with the nurse t-shirt. And let's pick one. Let's pick some shop here. Let's pick a bestseller. Let's pick this person's shop. And I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just picking a shop. I'm going to go into their shop. I'm going to copy their name. And I'm going to go into Rank Hero, and I'm going to put their shop name in there. Paste it. And what this tool does, and Everbee has this also. Everbee has a shop analyzer tool. I just prefer this one. And you can do this with the free version for, I think, 3 shops. I have the paid version, so I think I get 15 a day. But I really don't have time to be analyzing everyone's shops. I analyze shops on bestsellers, popular now, as I need it when I'm doing my research on what product I'm doing. So it's just loading here. And we're going to have this whole person's shop brought up. And I don't know them, and we're just taking a look. So we'll wait for that to load. Almost there, guys. Alrighty. So this shop has 1,903 listings. This shop was opened 2020, July 13th, and we all know what that year was. So, great time to open a shop. We have a captive audience. We could only order online. We weren't allowed to go in stores. So, a great, great time to open a shop. So, 1,900 items, remember, in their shop. 91,557 sales. Now, don't compare yourself. Again, look at the year they opened up. They've been open for just over 5 years. And they opened up during pandemic time. So here's the store rating. A+, B. Now this one here. 13 tags. Check mark. 138 characters used in the title. Check mark. 10 out of 10 images. Bingo bango. 1 video. And then here's the struggle. It's still an A+ listing, but I want to see all green bars. So this is a shirt, comfort colors, personalized coach shirt. So this is for a coach. So let's see how many. This has been up for 6 months and 19 days. 110 sales have made $3,957. So pretty successful for 6 months. Not bad, not bad. You can go in and look at their tags. See what keywords they used. This helps in your research. A+, B. Okay, so this one's a B ranking. Only 6 images. This one's been up for 2 years. 43 sales at 942. So this is a volume shop. 1,900. Let's see if we can find. 1 year, 438. C+, only 2 images. So I would go in and fix this listing, but because they're a volume shop, their priority is listing. This one's been up for 4 months. Okay, let's take a look at this. 4 months and 3 days, it's made $15,723. And I don't know. Anybody know what South Bay tigers are? Team mascot shirt, gifts for back to school. So somebody at the school bought all these shirts to sell, I bet. South Bay Tigers. Let's ask ChatGPT. Where are you? South Bay Tigers. I would think it's the States. Which state, I mean. So, let's see. South Bay Tigers. So, Southern California. So, it's in California. So, I'm wondering if this listing was created and a school ordered them for their club, for their team. So that's what I do with research. Figure, why are the sales so high? So that could have been a bulk order. Their child goes to that school. They're part of that association, part of that club, and said, hey, I'll make them. I'll put the listing up and you guys order them. Because in 4 months, 15,000, that's a lot of shirts. Wonderful. Wonderful for them. Here's one, 17,000, 1 year and 3 months. We have first grade. Okay, for teachers. So this is a research tool. I was just coming in to show you how your listing is ranked by what you fill in. But then you go down that rabbit hole of researching what is selling. 1 year, 3 months, 10,000. And we don't come in here and copy people's designs. We're much more creative than that. But we can do some research and see what is actually selling and what is not. This one at 2 years, 4 months only made $43. I myself might pull this down. You know what I mean? Or revamp it. Or take a look at my mock-ups, see what's wrong with it. So we got A pluses. I just like perusing through to get ideas what is actually selling and how long and why. Like if you saw, I went into that school. It's in Southern California. In 4 months, it's made 15,000. Everyone's getting ready for back to school, so maybe the school ordered them. I don't know how big the school is. Because to make $15,000 in that short amount of time. So you have to go. It's like, I'm not going to go and make a South Bay. You have to do a little bit of research. But this is how Etsy rates your store. And you want to be in good standings. I know I have a couple of C's because I don't have enough photos. I cut corners when I did that listing. And you can look at this at your own shop too. You can plug your own name in, right? You can plug your own name in. So it's a lot of fun to keep up on your store to see how you're doing. And there's many more tools in here to help you along with your listing. So it's a fun tool to check out. Fun tool to check out. Let me just bring this up here. Okay, so we did that last night. We did Printify we did it a couple nights ago. Let me go to page 92 here. 92. Not 692, page 92. So what we covered today was lesson 8, finally getting our listing up and showing how to do, move things from Printify over and finish up uploading our mock-ups. I showed you how to do large digital files. My guide is not free. It's $24.99 Canadian and about 18 US. And it's 113 pages, and this is all part of it. So you can follow along, whether you're watching on YT, where I'm uploading these lessons, or you catch me daily at 1 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It took me a couple months to make, and it's a great resource. And I teach this all for free here. It's just something for you to follow along with and have a visual and words too, of course, but to know, okay, what did she say? Click here. It's kind of like, hey, did I write this down? Oh, you meant the tracker app. Oh, the free version. Let me just go back to that quickly for you. You're very limited on what you can do on here. I'll show you the pricing. Okay, so I pay for the side hustle, and I get 15 searches, and it gives you all the what you can use. $5.99 is all I need. Then there's business. and enterprise. Now free, they don't have what the free is here. I forget what it is. I think you get 3 shop analyzer, rank hero, free version. Can you tell me what it is? I mean, you can use it for keyword research and then eventually it stops, right? Okay, here's the free plan features. You get 3 searches per day, keyword trend 3 searches, compare listings, tag generator, rank check, rate a buyer. And I believe you get 3 shop analyzers. You'll know because you won't be able to do it. I just pay for the side hustle one and it's well worth it. So we covered the Google Drive, the PDF deliverable, how to do all that stuff. So this is my guide, 113 pages. It's in my link tree that you can follow along. And like I said, I wish I had this when I started. I watched so many YT videos and just to get a snippet of information. And I said, okay, why does this have to be so hard? Why is no one teaching this? Do they not want competition? Why is everyone gatekeeping? Why do I have to watch a 42-minute video? So I put it all in one guide to get you set up, to get going. It is the basics. And with the guide too, you get to join my group here. And I put supplemental stuff in there. Currently, there's a seasonal guide to tell you when to start designing and when you need it listed by to get it into the algorithm. So that's for all of North America holidays. So you know when to. And I just post some updates in there. It's just getting rolling. And it's only for people who have the guide, because then I can offer some one-on-one help and some information. And I don't want to keep it open because there's a lot of spammers. And I want it to be a safe place to learn, not all the stuff that goes on socials. So that comes with the guide too. And that wraps up number 8. Oh, did I get rid of that? That wraps up lesson 8 again. I think this is the 5th time I've gone through the series of it, teaching it. And we will start all over again. So tomorrow is Friday. So I will start over at lesson number 1. At lesson number 1 again, and which is your most important part of the whole process is doing your research. So that will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll be able to have music. So that will be what you should sell. And we'll go through all that tomorrow in lesson 1. We're starting all over again. So if you've missed any of them, don't forget they're on YT. Okay. If 6 lessons are up there now, they will eventually all be up there. You can catch me at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. So tonight, in tonight's lesson, we are doing mockups. So if you missed mockups on Wednesday afternoon, I will be doing them tonight again to show you how to do the mockups. And for those on YT, there is a link down below in the description for this guide that you can follow along with. Like I said, it's not necessary, but it's just, like I said, it's full of information. And you can read the reviews. People seem to be very happy with it to get you going. But I won't leave you high and dry. I'm going to help you out, right? So tonight is mockups, and that's a wrap for another set of 8 lessons. They go by fast. So I will see you guys tonight if you want to come watch mockups, and I will catch you later. Bye, guys.